I came to public health because I was really, honestly, just very enamored by this idea of primary prevention. Instead of treating people for diseases when they have it and trying to cure them and improve their quality of life, we can prevent them from ever having to live a life full of disease, of addiction to nicotine, type 2 diabetes, that sort of thing. And so I was really drawn to this idea of being able to help people before they get down the line and need to be treated from disease. And I was just really drawn to this idea of really understanding why people are getting sick and being able to help them in my community in a broad sense.
Personally, I think Boise State has helped me grow as a person, and I felt like I was a little lost when I was first coming to Boise State, but after these 4 years, I was able to try a bunch of different things, and I feel like thanks to the experiences that I've had here, I was able to find out a little bit more who I am and what I want to do. I think after the completion of my degree, I've been looking at different jobs, whether it be like banking or financial advising. I would also want to live and work internationally, so I think it would be super cool to work at a bank in a different country.
I think my favorite thing about being a Bronco was just the amount of opportunity that there is on campus. It's small enough that you can get involved with pretty much anything that you can imagine, but big enough that those things actually have impact. I was a member of the NASA Suits team, and we were part of this NASA challenge where they asked undergraduates to create a prototype for an augmented reality heads-up display for astronauts. So we've done that for 4 years in a row now. We've been selected by NASA every year, and we've tested our software down at Johnson Space Center. And that's been so cool to work on something that is actually being used by NASA.
My Boise State experience is a little different because our program is the first ever all online genetic counseling program. So my experience with my classmates has been all virtual, which has been kind of fun, forming relationships from all across the country and even across the world. And at graduation is gonna be the first time I'm meeting most of my classmates for the first time.
I've always been interested in being a part of software. I've always had an affinity for software. I've always liked playing games. I've always liked learning about how computers worked. And I feel like the combination of a degree that's both technical and artistic is what suits me best. My favorite thing was honestly just being able to have a solid connection with my professors and just getting a lot of great direct feedback on my work. And I always like being able to work alongside my peers and ask them questions about well, how did you go about solving this particular issue? Or if there's any problems they were having troubles with, then I'd be able to help them out too. It was just a big community even during the pandemic.
Now that I have my degree, I am happily staying here at Boise State to get my master's in public health, starting in the fall of 2021. And Boise State really encouraged me through the other students that I met and through the staff and faculty who touched my life to encourage me that I could go on to secondary education after I got my undergraduate degree. And so I was really drawn to getting my master's degree because of all the people that encouraged me to do so.
If I can at least help a few people with maybe if I work at a bank and I give them their first loan for their business, or if I'm able to help them budget their finances so they can make it through day to day. I feel like it's the little things that matter. So if I could help maybe just at least maybe 3 people, that would be amazing.
I would like to change the world in genetics medicine by reaching more patients and making genetic testing more accessible to patients of all demographics. I think it's the science of the future and that a lot of people can benefit from it, even if they don't know who genetic counselors are.
I think the thing that I would most want to tell fellow Broncos who are graduating today is don't worry if you don't know where you're going or what you're doing yet. So I think more important than having a plan and having everything figured out is just to be open to the opportunities that you see around you and to the ways that you can use your skills to do some good, because you can do that anywhere, no matter where you are.
And there are challenges now that come from trying to get into different grad schools and applying for jobs and new apartments and moving across the country, and all those challenges feel really large and can feel overwhelming. But just remember all the things that we've done, all the ways that we have been resilient in this last year. Every time that you did your homework when you were having a quarantine situation or worried that you had been exposed to the coronavirus, and how you still continue to persevere and do what needed to be done. Just remember that you made it through this year and you're standing here today because you are resilient and you are strong and you can do hard things.